Hey, was goody, was goody, was goody. Glad to have everybody back here. As you know, I'm Juice Warner. This is Old Joe Gritty. Yes, please do not forget. This is my book. Well, hold on a minute here. Street skills, he knock 'em out the box. It's about two brothers on opposite sides of the law, right? Who happen to team up in order to catch the killers or killers who killed their father. All right, don't forget to hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification so you can constantly be updated whenever new content is being uploaded or streamed live. I do more streaming live. If anything happens, then I'll usually download it from other platforms and then upload it since I'm streaming on more than one platform at a time. All right. So the other day, we was building, right, and I was telling you how Adam and Lil is the first God of the Bible. Now, inside of that program, I was telling you about a movie. Now, I said at the time I wasn't sure, but I took a stab and I said it was Doctor Strange. I was wrong. It wasn't Doctor Strange. It was a superhero movie, but it was Black Adam. Ironically, the name of the movie is Black Adam. Right, and I'm gonna take this movie and I'm gonna show you how. And I took the time, earlier to go to one of them sites where you can catch the movie for free. I'm not gonna put it up here. That's not my job. Right. And so what I did is I went to the movie. So if you see some South Korean writing around here, it's what it is. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, I took some clips. So this is at the beginning of the movie. You'll see the pyramids. Now they're telling you inside the movie, or this before they show you this part, they're telling you how, this is the time before the pyramids, the Romans and all of these people, when like the Middle East was, they own and they wasn't occupied by other entities, right? So pardon me. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be going through this movie, right? And I'm gonna show you this system and how Enlil is Adam, Black Adam, right? So we come here again now on this right here. Now I just did this because on my last episode when I asked was Cain a revolutionary or was he a criminal? And inside the picture that I used, it was this weapon, which they also, he used for chopping down the barley and stuff. He risen up against his brother, and they say this is the weapon that he used. So I just happen to have this in there, just for that purpose. All right. Inside here, you would take notice once again to the to they had to throw the pentagram in there, throw them upside down to play on the consciousness of the woke people. Yo, oh, it's demonic, right? And a lot of people don't understand what demonic is, and they'll participate and demonic things while calling something out as being that situation. All right. Now, once again, I took the time to show you, the horns, right, of the bull, because I'm gonna be doing another episode going deeper. And remember when we was talking about the science of plowing the land and using the bull. So I'm building up to that information. So I just said, you know what, here go the movie. They made sure that they put this inside there. So I said, okay, let me once again, take advantage of that. I can probably, use this as a when you plug in and whatnot, and you say up on top, when you whatever, man. This is weird. It got me tripping. All right. Okay, so here once again, a lot of this stuff is just gonna be real quick, just to show you how they use symbolism. Because remember, I teach symbolism, symbolic interactions, and those type of things. How they'll send messages to you based on these things. So when we talk about the woke culture, we understand, they'll have you all in Egypt and all of that. And so this is, their symbolic interaction dealing with the viewer. Now here, right, we see the hold on, let me bring that back a bit for you. Right, we're able to see the Sumerian writing. So now we getting into how they are building this in this Arab world, right? I call it the Arab world because we know now you could call it the Babylonian world, the Akkadian world, the Sumerian world, that whole Middle Eastern world, right? But this is the Sumerian text, so that's what I'm gonna refer to it as at this point, right? So you see the Sumerian text there. It plays a big part. Now, ah man, I knew I needed that article. I knew I needed that article, but I closed it out. Um, if you understand the Epic of Gilgamesh, right? When it tells you that he was made 2/3 God, 1/3, man, and then they give you his attributes, right? Like, where did he endured these powers from this and those powers from that. So if you ever read the Epic of Gilgamesh, and they tell you how Gilgamesh was created, but then they also tell you how Enkidu was created, by these same endowments. So down here, hold on a minute. I don't know if you can see it, so I'll show it up here like this. Says you have been chosen, right? That it says the stamina of Shu. Like, well, just I'm just showing you inside here. I wanted to show you how they kept this in there. The swiftness of Haru, right? They kept the Egyptian theme, the strength of Aman, right? Don't worry, we're gonna get into it real quick. This is just to show you how they where they use the symbolism and who are they talking to. When we see things and as a viewer, right, we get so engulfed into something we don't know that there's a separate message being given. So there, and that's the craft, to be able to talk to a hidden crowd while being able to entertain the masses, right? And so those who in the hidden world, if they approve, they can give major push of that because they control the masses, right? The minors, the lesser controls the majority, right? The power of Aten, right? The courage of Maheen, right? My phone got that there again. Um, right. So now here we go. When we zoom in here, right, you should see that we have these two gods. That's Enlil and Ninlil, his wife, right? So these are the two gods, the guardians of the city, as we had spoken in the when we was dealing with in Lil and Adam and the city of Nepal where he was the guardian of. They're reenacting it so the people who are watching, they know the story, and they know because they say the guardian. As I told you, one of the attributes of God is the strength, right? So it can be a man who takes great courage, great leadership, great ability to free. That's why when you hear the story of Adam, when he was made a slave, then his offspring, risen up, and they became, the criminals of the lands of the Canaanites, right? And so that's when they say that crime ran rampant, right? So up here we see once again the Sumerian texts. Now you see it a lot more clearer, the more wedge, peg wedge type writing, you know, um, so, again, inside there, they use the wing guardian of the gate. So I took the time, to place this in there so you can see that they are talking to a group of people. Now, what they're saying is going to be very important because just like in the movie Eternals, which was attack on the old gods and giving birth to the new gods, just like the show um um American Gods, I think it's called something Gods. Well, yeah, inside that. Well, anyway, as you can see right here, they made sure to put the Guardian picture, right? You can see all the way up, even down to the horn, crown, the horns and the crown, the what do you call it? Not the egg. Is it the acorn? Yeah, the acorn, and all of that stuff. So here we go. We moving on. But I'm just showing you they were talking to a group of people. Right here we see once again the Sumerian text, but we also see, the sun worshiping, or where Black Adam would be getting his powers, right? Pardon me here. Let me slide this over. So once again, I made sure to show you in Lil, right? In Lil, this is in the movie. Right here behind him is Hawkman. But the movie was so trash, it don't matter. Right? So over there you see in Lil, over here you see it too. It goes in Lil, house of in Lil's house and Ninlil's house, temple, him, right? So, but that's just something I wrote it in. But as you see, these are the identical pictures and what they were and who they were trying to convey the message of Adam, Black Adam. So the whole thing, this is how you understand. I'll get into it in a second. Right? Inside here, you see once again, the horns dealing with Islam, but I wanted to point that out because we will be dealing with the bull's horn. So we will be dealing with the bull. As you see, I don't deal with conflated information. The things I deal with is on a level because it's not just in one area where these messages are being given. You are getting the message, right? These messages with inside these movies, and you are unaware that you are even being given these messages, right? So let me slide over here to, oh, once again, right? I wanted to show you, right? You can see them. Hold on a minute. Let me bring this down some, right? So as you can see them right here, right? Sitting on the thrones, right? And so we get into the Freemasonry, the grand hell sign, right? The sign of a savior, or help, or please, or whatever. This is the grand hell sign in Freemasonry, right? I did a whole show on that, and I showed it through the movie Scarface and all of that with Frank. And so, I do this with a couple of movies, and then you pay attention. Remember, we are dealing with symbolism, symbolic interaction, right? Well, the symbolism is more what you will see in the movie, but that symbolic interaction is aided when you're dealing with each other through social settings. So you'll get the message, right? If I plant the if I play a movie, and in that movie, right, 1,000 people view it, but I set up to where 30 people, right, they are placed in certain areas to where they can set the trend forward from what was already placed within the movie, if that makes sense. Meaning that here's the script, certain things were said in the script, but those things in the script will dictate and shape society. Some people will listen to what is said in that movie and go, whoa, whoa, right? And then other people, right, will be shifted by the co-signing of what was ever given. So we would call them the shields who was set inside it. Now this is, a whole breakdown, that I did. But inside this right here, I'm just pointing out they were happy calling him their hero. And as you not just hear, he was one, but let me see if I had nah. Okay, like in the movie there was more people who were actually, doing it in the beginning, but this was a good shot. So this is the one I just basically stuck with, right? So once again, now this is what I wanted to point out. We get into the end here of the clips, right? Now you see that, and Lil is dropping, right? Let me come here, right? And I wanted to point out this is Adam Smasher. This is Adam, the first God, right? Crushing their system, right? This is Adam Smasher. This is Adam, aka Enlil. So you could be getting these messages right in your face. The topic and everything is given to you. And if you are not aware of the messages, or you are not aware of the scenery, see, a lot of people think that this is just like one. No, the whole crew has to work together. So the casting directors, the set directors, all of these people are put together in order for a message to be given. Right. So then we go out, we're gonna leave out, and I'm gonna go into hold on. Where did I close it out? Yeah, I must have closed it out. Alright. But here we go. Close you. Right. Now I wanted to go into we had the Adam, right? So let's get into the last part because I told you this is about casting, right? Ironically, Henry Winkler, right, who was the original Atom Smasher, right? He happens to be what? Um, where his parents were German Jews, right? His cousin also what's his cousin name? Um, I forgot his cousin name. Oh, Richard Bowser, right? He's a funny dude too, but he's a Jew too. Now I'm not saying that's to take a stab at Jews. This is nothing. I'm saying this was their system, right? And so even when we come down to the Atom Smasher, the things that we see, the things. My whole point of this is to explain a system that is talking to you that has something to say, right? And as it is saying it, it is talking to other groups. We as a people need to set up a system to where if they're gonna play these mental mind games on us, we cannot waste Hollywood on our self destruction. We cannot waste Hollywood on our self destruction, right? Hold on, by the way, don't forget to check out my book, Street Skills. Knock them out the box up in stores, Amazon. Yes, and don't forget to hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification so you can be notified whenever new content is uploaded or whenever I'm going live. Right? Since I got this hand messed up, right? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to always keep it on this side then, cause the hand. All right. Ooh. Let's see if I keep it up like that. All right. I will find a way. I'm gonna find a way to keep it up there. All right. I'll put this in front of it. Matter of fact, yeah. Hold on one second. All right. So I just have it there just in case I need to just point it out. Street skills, knock it out the box. All right. Gotta always promote my book. There ain't nothing wrong with that, right? They said it's on Amazon. It's about two brothers, on opposite sides of the law. One is a New York City detective who's aided by his partner and his brother, who is a city ruffian, who he travels with a private dancer, exotic dancer to see if she can help locate a possible suspect in his father's death. Right? It's a fast-paced book. It's a lot of action, over 400 pages. If you enjoy a good read, this is that kind of read that I put a lot of time in. I got a few more books coming, couple of novels and other things like that. And as you can see, if you see, I'm informed. I'm very, astute. I pay attention to the things around me, and I know the game that is being played. Right? So like I said, let me move my thing over here. Uh, Move this up like that. So when we look at this system, right, we must understand imagery is one half. What follows is the messaging, right? And then the messaging within the dialogue is only a piece of what is supposed to be given out to the masses. So that's why they try to have blockbuster movies, because then they know, or blockbuster TV shows, because then they know they can add in whatever message they want. We hear today, um, mental illness is real. Yes, it is. But it's a setup too, because now you give up your right to firearms, you give up this, and you don't understand those things because they have you taking your children into these systems early. Right, so now nothing they, because you trained them. And I say that because here go the TV show, Sopranos, right? It was this mental illness. Next thing you know, it comes introducing certain things. So right when the show was going off the air, right? First, it started off with the sexual activities with the uncle, right? And it elevated to gay activities, right? At the end, when the show was going off the air, a grooming process was taking place, and it was taking place because they organized this to be a big show, just like how what's that show? Um, I always say, um, um, the Dragon Show, Game of Thrones. That's all about the growth and coming up of the system of Satanism, right? Um, but then it's like what was the other show? But that was a lot of poison. That was just a destruction, and you could see the results of it today. The Breaking Bad, right? And so when we look at these structures and we see their impacts, the number one thing you should not be doing when you watching these shows is watching. You should be studying, exploring, and understanding, and and being astute, right? So like I said, here it is. I'm showing you Adam, and I'm showing you Adam. One smashing Adam, smashing Enlil, who is the Adam of the Bible. Right, so this is what you get when you're in the house with me. You know what I'm saying? So this was gonna be short. Like I said, I just wanted to come through, give you this. I think I'm gonna do another show on a few, but I just wanted to get this out the way because I told people that the name of the movie was Doctor Strange, and it wasn't Doctor Strange. It was Black Adam. Now it's ironic that the title is Black Adam, and right, this is Smashing Adams. Adam is the first, right? God in the Bible, if you know a hero and you know about the whole song and all of that that I put in that show, then you see that you would know that Adam is in Lil. So you would see this full circle coming just in this one clip right here. So until next time, people, hold it down. Please don't forget to check out my Bug Street Skelzy, knock 'em out the box, as well as hitting that like button, that notification, and that subscribe so you can be notified whenever new content is be. Forgive me if my eyes keep shifting, but I got screens here and there. You know what I mean? So you could be notified whenever new content is being uploaded. Peace.